Alright, Shalom Akim. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashmi Al-Shad, our elders at Great Millstone, on all you brothers. Just want to go into a quick lesson on enemies within the scriptures, because a lot of people like to go to Matthew's 5th chapter, you know, these people in the world, these so-called church people, and try to justify loving the so-called white man by virtue of that scripture. So just want to go into examples on how the enemies are really Israel, and in particular the brothers. All right, so I'm gonna start off with Exodus 23. This is Exodus 23 and 4. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him again. If thou see the ass of him that hateth thee lying under his burden, and wouldest forbear to help him, thou shalt surely help with him. Now, who is this talking about? All right, this is talking about with other Israelites. All right, because this law is only for us. I'm gonna go to Leviticus 26 chapter to back that up. This is Leviticus chapter 26 verse 46. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses. All right, so this is in referring to Moabites, Edomites, Hamites. All right, these laws was dealing with our people. All right, and it said what? Your enemy, which shows what? That there's enemies in Israel. Israelites were enemies of other Israelites. All right, I'm gonna go to Galatians, the 4th chapter. All right, this is Galatians chapter 4 verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Right, now this is Paul. Now who was he speaking to? He was speaking to brothers that were in Galatia. All right, the saints. All right, so it's pretty clear that, you know, if you don't have any understanding, precept upon precept, the Spirit's not dealing with you, you'll think that that's actually talking about the whole world. All right, so Romans 11 and 20. I'll start at 26. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For this is my covenant unto them, when I shall take away their sins. As concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sakes, but as touching the election, they are beloved for the Father's sake. So look, it says, as concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sake. So our people are enemies for the gospel's sake. Why? Because they're coming up against the gospel. All right, well, ultimately they're going to be saved. All right, because they're a part of the nation of Israel. All right, and going back to Galatians, the 4th chapter, he was touching on that point, he was talking to who? Brothers in the church, man. So by Paul rebuking, you know, being austere, men were looking at him as the enemy, man. So I just want to go into that. That's what that's talking about. That doesn't apply to you know, you heathens. All right, it says to love your enemy in Matthew's the 5th chapter. Matter of fact, let me read that. I'm gonna just read that. Matthew's the 5th chapter. I'll start at 44. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. All right, this is pertaining to who? The nation of Israel. All right, particularly, you know, the brothers. All right, because sometimes brothers might have some spats, you know, within the camp. It might be it might look as though there's a little schisms going. But you gotta love that brother, man. You know, you gotta pray for that brother. All right, and trust me, it happens, man. Although it seems like it wouldn't happen, but look at the example of Paul and Barnabas. That's an example right there. Both brothers that was in the faith, you know, doing the work. Neither of them were wicked. You know, they had just become enemies, and the contention was so sharp that they had to go their separate ways, man. Right, but they still had love for each other. They wasn't fighting each other. They wasn't trying to put each other to death. They just went their own ways. All right, so that was an example of loving your enemy. All right, hey, so with that, you know, hopefully brothers was edified. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashmi Al-Shai. All right, double honors to our elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Honors to all you brothers. All right, shalom.